What are ABBA and the members of ABBA up to in 2025? What are their plans and projects? In today's video, we are going to look at everything they're doing and have been doing so far this year. Hey! So, there are big news growing about the future of ABBA Voyage. Before we go into that, the members of ABBA have been individually busy as well, with several projects. Benny has been very busy this year with a concert, a new documentary, and many musical side projects. First of all, just last week, Benny and his band, Benny Andersson's Orchestra, were nominated at the Swedish Grammys Award in the category Year's Best Dance Band for their most recent album, Everyone Can Dance, which was released at the end of last year. But this year, Benny seems to be busy with focusing on other artists. On the 12th of March, Benny was in concert in Göteborg. This was the annual tribute concert to Swedish composer Evert Taube, one of Sweden's most treasured composers of the 20th century. In 2020, Benny and Björn, together with other people, launched the Evert Taube Foundation dedicated to his legacy and memory. And Benny has been on stage every year ever since. This year's concert was described as very atmospheric, and it also featured Benny's lead singer Helen Sjöholm. Benny performed 4 songs, including an encore on piano, where he played what seems to be his favorite tune from Evert Taube, which he's been playing constantly in the last few years. Benny once said that whenever he is stuck with composing music, he listens to Evert Taube. He discovered his music when he was 8 years old. Stockholm has its very own sculpture of Evert Taube at the shore of the Evert Taube Terrace. At that shore, ABBA took some photographs in 1975 and 1977. In other news, Benny and his film company announced that they are working on a new documentary. This article comes from Ben Dalton at screendaily.com. At the end of January, it was reported that they will launch the feature documentary Siv about Swedish Schlager star Siw Malmkvist. The article says ABBA star Benny Andersson has developed and will appear in Siv, a feature documentary about Swedish music icon Siw Malmkvist, now in production. The film will tell the story of the life and 70-year career of Malmkvist. The release for the new documentary is scheduled for the autumn of 2025. So this film is being produced by Benny and his own film company RMV, which he co-founded with his son Ludwig Andersson. One of their projects in the past has been the fantasy film Cirkeln, for which Benny also wrote the soundtrack. And you know, this got me thinking, it's interesting how Benny now seems to be focusing, and has been focusing in the past, on the legacy of other artists like Evert Taube and now Swedish Schlager star Siw Malmkvist. But it also got me thinking about that very own film company of Benny and his son. That planted a thought in my mind which seems quite obvious to me. Wouldn't it be nice and logical if that film company could also produce their very own official documentary or a documentary series on the entire story of ABBA? Because that's something we just have never really been getting all those years, and which fans are very often mentioning and hoping for, an official, in-depth documentary on ABBA. As I said, they have their own film company already, and Benny's son Ludwig is involved, who has been a force in recent years when it comes to preserving ABBA's legacy. So who knows, it's just a thought of mine, but I think this is a very obvious foundation, so I keep up my hope. Speaking of Benny and ABBA, in February, ABBA's TikTok channel released a small video of Benny playing Slipping Through My Fingers on piano. And Benny was musically busy otherwise. In March, a new series has launched on Swedish television called Sweden and War. Benny composed the main theme soundtrack for the documentary, which sounds beautiful, sad and epic. This is yet another one of the many collaborations and musical contributions from Benny for Swedish television and radio. Last year in spring, Benny composed jingles for a Swedish radio channel for classical music. In January this year, Benny was also seen on social network on photographs with fellow artists, Swedish musician Martin Fröst and English comedian Matt Lucas. And as much as we've seen Benny being busy, Björn posted as many pictures and video greetings on vacation and relaxing. In January, Björn was on holiday on the islands of Maldives. On his social networks, he appeared on this video singing a song with the caption, "What do you think Björn is working on?"
Praise to the king of bandits, he's got that rhythm in him, keep him coming. Praise to the king of bandits, he's got that rhythm in him.
Whatever it is, it's always nice to see him play the guitar and sing the way he used to, and this song actually got stuck in my head for the rest of that day.
Praise to the king of bandits, he's got that rhythm in him.
There are also several photographs and other videos of Björn on holiday, and again, being very active on his bike, kayaking, and walking on a treadmill. I just wonder what music he was listening to in this video. I received a secret version of this video where we can actually hear what Björn is listening to.
Praise to the king of bandits, he's got that rhythm in him, keep him coming. Praise to the king of bandits.
A few weeks later, Björn was seen on a beautiful winter walk with his dog Hansi. And recently, he was at a remote sauna and taking the opportunity to send his greetings to Sweden's song for the Eurovision Song Contest this year, which he called a super catchy earworm. Certainly, Björn was busy too. He continues to give his voice to create rules and regulations for the use of AI. Björn says it's more important than ever to stand up for the creative industry. The new foundation, Make It Fair, speaks for creators across the UK to have control over how their content is used from AI companies. In June this year, Björn will also speak in London at the South by Southwest Film Festival about the future of creativity. Like Benny, Björn also appeared on several social media posts as part of Mamma Mia projects, together with Judy Gramer, and recently a wonderful get-together, a meeting with the one and only actress of Pippi Longstrump, Inger Nilsson. This week, Björn was back again to just enjoying life, visiting London to see a concert of Elton John and Brandi Carlile. Björn says, "There is nothing like springtime in London and a fabulous concert." It is possible that he was also working at the ABBA Arena, overseeing the newest developments of the show itself. We know that Benny was there, in a video greeting together with his son Ludwig and Voyage producer Svana Gisla. They were not only teasing that they are working really hard on bringing ABBA Voyage to Australia, but that the show in London is receiving improvements right now. The next day, ABBA themselves revealed the news. We received a message from ABBA that the Voyage show in London will be expanded with a little something from the 27th of May. It all seems to be that they will be adding, I would guess, at least one new song from their back catalogue as a performance, maybe 2 or even 3. ABBA sent us a brand new, beautiful photo from their reunion at Benny's studio, very likely taken in 2021. In February this year, Lay All Your Love on Me was released as a brand new Dolby Atmos mix, full of layers, which we discussed on this channel. And finally, the official YouTube channel Spotlight Music Show has recently uploaded ABBA's performance of So Long from November 1974. This video circulated before in inferior VHS quality, but now for the first time we can watch and collect it in pristine quality directly from the archives. You can also find ABBA's performance of Honey Honey on the channel, which has been released on the deluxe edition DVD of Waterloo. And the channel also has ABBA's 2 performances from the previous year, from 1973, with Ring Ring and People Need Love. Very soon we will celebrate Agnetha's 75th birthday. And also this year, Frida and Björn will celebrate their 80th birthdays. We have last seen the ladies in public last year in May, together when ABBA received the Royal Order in Stockholm. We have seen Frida one more time in September when she visited the ABBA Voyage concert show in London once again, which she has been visiting regularly in the last few years. There will be more news and other videos in the next few days. Let me know your thoughts about Benny, Björn and everything else in the comments below. Alright, until then, hej då!
He's got that rhythm in it. Keep him coming. Drain to the king of bandits. He's got that rhythm in it.